Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a knitting tutorial, but it means to have something playing in the background while you work on your own knitting project. If you're like me and really enjoy having something on while you work, sometimes the content you like is very visually engaging and you're several hours in and haven't gotten nearly as far along in your project as you would have liked to. So that's where I come in. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. It is, at the time of filming this, Friday night. It's like 9:30 or so. Not terribly late, but late. I tried, you guys, to hold off as long as I could to film without it being too late, but it's still ghastly hot. As always, it's just gonna be how it is. It's a hot as heck summer, I suppose, and I am stuck in my home with no breeze, so I actually upgraded, and I no longer have my bathroom fan on, but my regular old box fan, turned it on, have it kind of whispering some breeze. It's on the highest setting. We'll see how long we can manage. I think I might only be able to do like 2 videos this evening, and then hopefully tomorrow, which will be Saturday, will be better. So we are now just knitting this rib sock. We're no longer giving it a title of what kind of gift it is, but my hope is that it will be a Christmas gift. It was going to be a birthday gift. If you were here for the whole journey, you know that I intended to have this ready by this month, July, to send to my brother and his fiance. Knitting another pair for my brother, but this is for his fiance. And then the gift that I was waiting on, that was back ordered for their birthday gift, finally came in, so I could just ship everything off and didn't need to wait around for supplemental presents. So ooh, hey, I didn't plan that, but my nail polish matches these socks. Maybe they should be for, no. I'd have to wear like shorts or roll up my pants legs and show off my socks so people would actually see these, because these are ankle socks. Now, I did a measurement yesterday, and so yesterday was Thursday, today's Friday. I did a measurement because I was knitting this last night as well. This has been my bedtime knitting kind of project, as I have about 1/2 inch left until I can start shaping the toe. I'm so excited to move on from this sock and work on the other one, because you know, you got that second sock syndrome. I'm hoping to try my luck with figuring out how to do 2 at a time, maybe with magic loop. I don't know if that's too big of a feat. Socks, feet, I don't know if that's me and my corny puns. I don't know if that'll be too much for me to try to tackle at once, because I haven't done either of them, 2 at a time or magic loop. So I'll be curious to poke around. I think while I'm editing this one, while I'm waiting for it to queue up, I might poke around and look at some methods so that when I start on my brother's pair of socks, I can do 2 at a time for him, because I have some yarn. Actually, I think I found it. I hope I didn't lose it again, because his are gonna be, I'm gonna reach. This is from, well, actually both of these yarns I bought last year at the yarn crawl that I participated in person. Those were the days. But I got this. It's Earth Yarns, but it's like spelled with a U, I think. It's a cotton blend. It's not enough to make 2 mega socks, like really long socks, but my brother's also an ankle sock kind of guy, so I think this will work for 2 ankle socks. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble when I finish one and realize I don't have enough for another one, but that's okay. But yeah, ankle socks for my brother, ankle socks for his fiance, and then work on some other. I have like a lot of sock yarn that I've just been collecting, mainly to use for myself, but you know, I can spare some. I actually have some that was gifted to me by a co-worker friend, and she gave me like two balls of sock. Actually, she gave me like maybe 4 different types of sock yarn, but 2 full balls, and I haven't used all. I haven't broken it into the one that I haven't used yet. So there are a couple that I haven't used actually. So I'll try those with the rest of the family. See how it goes. The one thing though is kind of weird because my cousin's son has big feet for what is he, like, I think he's like 11 now, something like that. 11 or 12. We're going on 12. He'll be 12 I think next year. No, I think it was, yeah, because I didn't do cards this year because, yeah, so they're 11 now. They'll be 12 next year. That's right. Time is flying. I am so confused with what's going on around here. I'm forgetting what I've been doing for each year. I think yeah, I can't remember. Wait, yes, they are 11. I'm like stuck on that. I'm like, I can't let it go. Because they were born in 2009, so their golden birthday was 2019. Yeah, so they are 11 this year. Oh my gosh, I feel so old. I remember when I was in college and they were born when I was here in another state, and I was like, nobody's paying attention to me, and I need like you guys to sign my loans for my next, you know, semester of school. And they're like, your cousin just had her babies, and I'm like, but I still have financial stuff I need to get done. And they're like, well, so yeah, that was a crazy time because I was over here, they were over there, and trying to like get them to help keep me educated was tricky with my cousin being a new mom and all that stuff, and my parents being my guardians and not being my biological parents. They were not, I was not their priority. But nevertheless, I survived, got out of school, got all my loans taken care of. Well, I'm still paying them, but at least they got me signed up for the next semester, so I was good on that. But well, that was crazy trying to get them on board with what was going on in my life, because it's also important. But yes, little cousins, boy cousin has big feet for little kids, so I'm thinking I might as well just make him like grown-up size socks, and one day he'll be able to wear them, because he'll probably have another good 2 growth spurts probably before he is out of high school, and I don't know, he just has big old feet. So yeah, thankfully socks stretch, so I won't have to worry too much if I'm a little off. But because kids grow so fast, it's like I really don't know if I want to make him socks, but I'm making everybody else socks, so I kind of don't want to make him feel excluded because everybody else isn't the jolly green giant of feet in our house, in our family unit. So yes. Oh, let me just pitch to you guys right now. Next month, the 1st of August is actually going to be a Saturday, and that is when we start the knit along. So Niche Designs, Knit the Family is the pattern we're going to be working on. You'll see it in the description box. That is our August knit along. It is a pattern for purchase, and it's on Ravelry, so get excited. If you want to join, please do. No pressure, but I will let you know that until it's done, you know, that's gonna be the project that I'll be working on and showcasing on my channel for August. What I'm gonna do is start it out with you guys. If you're curious, like, how is this gonna work? Paws and Pearls, you only upload once a day, a week, you know, on a good week. Like, we are getting back into it, and you're very much correct. So on Saturday there will be a video of the start. Well, not this Saturday, but next Saturday there will be a video of the start of the project. We'll go through casting on and just knitting what we need to get us going, and then between videos I'll work a little bit off camera because this will probably take a lot longer to do incrementally with just filming with you guys for 30 minutes, you know, a day, than it would be for me just to like crank out some knitting. So just keep on watching. We will be doing it together, talking through how far we are, what we're doing, how it's coming, what we think of the project, and that'll just be the focus of August. So if you're not inclined to get the pattern to join us, go ahead and work on your own project, but that'll be what those of us who are knitting who are participating in the knit along will be doing. So FYI, heads up, that's what's coming down the pipe for next month, and I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I don't have a printer I have a printer, but it's ancient and the ink's all dry inside, and I think I mentioned to you guys before how I was going to buy some ink at Target. Maybe, was it like a month ago? I don't even remember. It feels like it's been a long time. But it was crazy because when I was looking online, printers, brand new printer, was cheaper than me buying toner for the printer I have, which was insane. I'm like, oh my gosh. And the printer came with toner included, and it would have cost me less than buying the toner for the printer I have, which craziness. Crazy. So my partner ended up printing what I needed anyway, so I didn't have to worry about buying a whole new printer. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, wow, hey, what am I doing here? The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I really enjoy having the luxury of being able to print stuff at my job. I've always been fortunate to work at a place where printing is just kind of included. You know, they can't give you crazy fun raises, you know, you can't have bajillion days of paid vacation, but you get free coffee and free printing. So it's like, hey, might as well, you know, take what I can get. So printing has been one of the perks of the jobs I've had. And being at home working, I'm like, wow, I haven't used my own printer in forever. So with that being said, I will probably be heavily relying on my trusty phone, or I might even bust out some paper and write down the whole pattern, because I have it downloaded on my computer downstairs. I just haven't figured out a way to have it available to me when I'm up here, but I think I'll do that. I have tons of paper, you know, who uses paper anymore? Tons of paper I can use to jot down this pattern as neatly as my penmanship allows, and I can bring it up here so we can work on it together in segments. So I think that's what I'll do. That'll be my homework for this weekend. I will say that very soon I'll also be participating in a yarn crawl, and I'm excited about that. I'm not gonna go in person any place just because I still don't want to go to places for long periods of time where I would put myself more at risk than I already do just trying to exist in the world right now. So anything super extra, I just don't do it. And the yarn crawl, they're like, oh, you can participate virtually too. So it's like, that's what I'm gonna do, because I had originally planned last year to do it this year, but by, traveling different days, taking, in a normal life, I would have days off where I could just say, okay, this whole week I'm going to be off, and I'm going to spend a day in this region of the yarn crawl and spend a day in this region of the yarn crawl, and just hop around instead of trying to do the whole thing in one day that I did last year, which I didn't even do the whole yarn crawl. I did 8 shops, and I was out from 7 in the morning to about midnight. 1 o'clock I think was when I finally got home from walking home from the train station. And it was just a horrible, it was hot. I was trying to be cute because I actually had to go to the driver's license place and get a new driver's license too, so I was like, well, let me just slap some lipstick on or whatever. But because I had to walk to save as much money as possible, I couldn't Uber everywhere. I did one Uber because I was running out of time between when one store closed and the next one I had to get to. Time for me to get on public transit to get there, it would have been closed for a long time. So I had to Uber, and it was Friday rush hour, so it took forever. So I finally got there. I had to spend money because I had a tip and everything, and I was just that was a chunk of money I wasn't expecting to spend there, part of the yarn crawl. So that whole thing was just a mess. It was great. I loved being able to learn about new yarn shops, but getting around was heck. I hated that part. I honestly think it would have been funner if I had a friend with me, but nobody else that I work with who is a knitter was off or wanted to do it, so I was like, fine, I'll just go do it myself, have my own little mini adventure. But I was beat when I got home. I was so tired. So I'm glad it's virtual, but at the same time, I know a lot of the shops are kind of they're all mom and pop, but they're kind of old school, so they don't even have really a web presence at all. And that means they're not going to be the ones that I can buy from online, but the ones that are a little bit more up to speed with the local consumer, or the modern customer, I guess, consumer is a customer, they do have some stuff online, not everything, but some, so those would probably be the ones that I'll just buy from this year. I have my goal. Again, I have outlined what I want to do. So when it comes time for the grand reveal, again, like I did last year, I'll tell you guys what I was up to, what my what my goals were for the yarn crawl this year, considering the circumstances, and we can talk about that. So that'll probably just be a bonus video, because August will be the knit along, so I won't have much content beyond that. So yeah. Oh, 10 minutes, wow. I thought I was talking way longer than that. So I'm going to try to do the method of grafting the toe like I saw in the video tutorial. I linked it in one of the other videos that I uploaded, I'd say recently, but since I churned these things out like hotcakes, who knows what video it was. I can't even remember. I might have been working on this. I might have been working on the Jolie Mimi cardigan, but I will use that method. The one that I linked, I will use the method to graft my toe, because it doesn't require Kitchener stitch, and that's what I don't want to do. It does require a little bit more knitting, because even after I knit after I knit the toe, and I do all my decreases up to the toe, I have to take some scrap yarn and knit, maybe another four or five stitches above that, just to have like a little bit of some ease, and then I can start to seam together that way. So I'm excited about trying that out. Hopefully it'll be my new fave. It does, still take some memorization, but it looks easier in the long run than Kitchener. I'm like, and I'm wondering if I get the hang of it, if I can replace Kitchener for anything with that particular method. I'm hoping, but we'll see. So we're just doing across the top. So if you haven't watched this one before, and you haven't yet clicked in the description box to see what we are working on, this is what's called a training sock. Wise Hilda training sock, and it's by Kate Atherley. It's a 3x1 rib, so it's 3 knits and a purl across the top of the foot, and then you just knit around until you get to the top of the foot again, and then you do that again. So not too bad. I like how it adds a little bit of variation to the pattern. Honestly, the reason I'm knitting this one was because I was really just looking for a pattern that had a chart that told me, cast on this many for size 8s, cast on this many for size 10, cast on this many for size whatever, and then knit to here. Now take these stitches and shape the toe or shape the heel this way. Now pick up this many on this side and that many, and now knit this far. Like, I need to know the exact numbers of when to do the pickups, how many to reserve on my needle to do the heel, how many to decrease on each side, like all of that. I need all of the hand holding to do the sock. And some patterns I've had looked at were either for one size, like women's 8.5 US or something, like that's a very standard size, and it's like, well, that doesn't tell me how to make this sock for a man if he does not have a size 8.5 foot, or a kid or something like that. Like, how do I make this work for other feet? And because it doesn't have it like spelled out for me, I'm like, I don't want that one. So I've been looking for sock patterns that are literally breaking it down size by size, exactly what I need to know to make it. And now I have to check out a book about socks that Jenny said. I think I have it in my Amazon cart, just to save the title. Can't remember, but I do know it exists, and I'm ready to make the purchase. So part of like my my yarn crawl goal is like things that I already had. I'll give you a sneak peek. Some of my yarn crawl goal is if I can find something that's already on my list of something I have wanted to purchase recently, but I knew the yarn crawl was coming up, so I held off on it because I thought maybe I'll be able to get it at a store here or there, then I'll wait. But I don't know if any pattern books are going to be available for online purchase at any of the yarn shops that I am going to virtually visit. So if so, I'll see if that sock pattern book is there, and then if not, then I'll leave it for a purchase at a later date. But I did want to try my best to hold on to all of my yarn type money for the yarn crawl, so I could keep my goals of what I wanted to buy kind of on the forefront. So let me know in the comments, have you participated in any yarn crawls or yarn conventions? Maybe not this year, but at some point in your life before things got weird. Or do you still visit shops locally with proper social distance measures? I know some yarn shops that I am part of like newsletters for have said that they have appointment only, so you register like ahead of time when you'll be in, so it's basically just you in the store with the employees and that's it, and you get like, you know, just like 20-30 minutes or so in the shop. The shop isn't open as late, so they have time to like wipe stuff down and everything and stuff like that. Curbside pickup still, but you know, if you've been antsy and just had to get your yarn fix, what have you been doing to meet those needs you have? I personally have just been buying stuff online. A lot of the places I've looked at, I've only bought stuff when it's been on sale because of the fact that I just kind of had an itch for some stuff. I saw some stuff I liked, and this is not like right now, but earlier this year, a couple months ago, you know, I bought tons of yarn for the Knitterati Afghan that I'll be working on. Well, am working on it. Only, whoa, I thought I saw a spider. Have one square kind of like 7 rows in, and I bought the hooked yarn, and I think I bought some other yarn. No, I think those are like the main ones I bought recently. And then I was like, cool, I'll wait for some other stuff. So, alright, so we just finished, and well, we kind of started a new round, but we finished the back side. And I'm going to take a measure before I keep going, but here we are. We have our little bits here. Not too long. I do need to keep track because I tend to talk way longer than how far I need to knit, and then my sock ends up being too long. So I'm trying not to do that this time. So thank you so much for tuning in again to listen and watch and knit with me, and I can't wait to see you in my next upload. Thank you so much. Bye.